more when you're here with me. You are my saving grace, and I hope you lead me to the river of gold. I hope you lead me, take me anywhere that you wanna go. Oh, 'cause I'm in paradise, I'm in paradise when I'm with you. I'm in paradise, I'm in paradise being with you. Oh, I'm in paradise, I'm in paradise when I'm with you. 'Cause I'm in paradise, paradise when I'm with you. Thank you very much. We're called Keywest. I'll tell you a little bit more about us as we go. Long story short, we've had 3 #1 albums in the official charts here in Ireland, a platinum album and 5 #1 singles. This next song is called Let You Go, and I hope you enjoy it. And afterwards I'll tell you a little bit more about us and our decision to leave our record labels and return to something that we used to do a long time ago.
I need Facebook account.
What about it?
Can you text me?
For
Not logging in. Here's YouTube because I cannot use Facebook on this. It's not work.
Don't worry about it. We'll get it next time. Woke up with a hangover every day for almost a year. How do you make a heart break? How do you take back all of these tears? I hope you don't move on before I do. I'm not ready to start living without you. I hope you don't move on before I do. I hate living in the city without you. My mother told me to let you go, let you go and move on, and move on. My mother told me to let you go, let you go and move on. And I'm broken and hopeless, focused on all of these old memories. And I keep scrolling through photos of socials, just hoping you don't unfriend me. And I woke up with a hangover every day for almost a year. How do you make a heart break? How do you take back all of these tears? I hope you don't move on before I do. I'm not ready to start living without you. I hope you don't move on living in the city without you. Oh, my mother told me to let you go, let you go and move on, and move on. My mother told me to let you go, let you go and move on, and move on. Thank you very much. We are called Keywest, guys. Thank you so much for stopping to listen to us. Just to tell you a little bit about us, we're just two members of the band. There are 5 people in the band. We've had 3 #1 albums in the official charts here in Ireland, a platinum album, 5 #1 singles, and 3 nominations in the Irish Music Awards. We are just off the back of an 8-week tour, a sold-out 8-week tour all over the UK and Ireland, including Scotland. We were in Edinburgh and Glasgow with sold-out shows, and we're playing on the streets because we got fed up being ripped off by our record labels, agencies, publishers, managements, and all the others. So a lot of people don't know how bad it is, but record labels take 80%, and after they take their 80%, that's when they take their costs back. So if you make $1 million, they make 800,000 profit. But if they spend 300,000 making your album and promoting it, you still owe them 100,000, despite the fact that they made 800,000 from the whole thing. So that's how it's structured. And after 3 #1 albums and a platinum album, we knew there was no point in keep going down this road. There is a reason over the last 4 or 5 years that it's almost only solo artists that are breaking through. No more bands, really. Most of the bands that are still around are bands that were around before. And there's very few new bands breaking through, because whatever a band does, they have to split by 5 or 4, and so most of them are giving up. We've got a lot of friends that were in successful bands here in Ireland that gave up because they couldn't keep on going. They had to start prioritising their personal life. So we hope you'll have a listen to 1 or 2 songs. This next song is called The Things I Wish I'd Done. When I was 15 years old, I used to work in a shop down the road called Clark's, and we were off school. I came in to work, and on the bus I gave up my seat to an old man. He started talking to me, and I forgot all about that for 15 or 16 years or so. I'm being vague because I don't want to reveal how old I am now, but basically we were in the pub not so long ago. We're having a conversation, and I saw a very young guy, like maybe 12 years old, giving up his seat for an older man. And it reminded me, it took me straight back. And he said we should try and put that song or put that story into a song. So we did. This is it. It's called The Things I Wish I'd Done. If you do decide you want to support us, just so you know, I know you don't have a CD player, so don't let this deter you. Our new album is not on Spotify because 100,000 streams is about $4, so we're doing things a little bit differently. It's only available from us at gigs or on the street. Now, I know you don't have a CD player. However, every one of our CDs now has got a password on it, and that password will give you access to the album to download it onto whatever device you own forever. Every time you change your phone, you can do it again. It'll also give you access to stream it on our website. Basically, we're cutting out the middleman and making a direct connection. When we sold out our tour recently, we sold it out by booking the venues ourselves, paying the venues ourselves, and then advertising the tickets ourselves. And that's what we're trying to expand on and grow and build. So we're making a direct connection with people, cutting out all the middlemen. And the only way to be a part of it is to be a part of it, because we get one chance. We're not a shop you can come back down the street and hope to find. For us to cross each other again, you would have to be in the same country, the same city, the same street, at the same hour with no rain at some point in the future, and that's very unlikely. I certainly can. Can I ask everyone as well just to come in just a smidge closer, because we get fined if we block the area? Wonderful. So this next song is called The Things I Wish I'd Done, and afterwards, if you want to support us and take away the music, it is only 20 for all 3 of the albums. We've also included these tote bags very recently. This says the best buskers in the world are made on Grafton Street, Ireland. In case you don't know, you're standing on Grafton Street, and believe it or not, this is the most famous street in the world for music. It produces more successful musicians than any other street in the world, by far. Now, we've played on them all of them. We've been in Edinburgh, we've played on Buchanan Street in Glasgow, we've been all over the US, we've been all over Europe, we've been in London. We were even brought into London, to Trafalgar Square, by the Mayor of London to reopen busking in London a few years ago because of our success story coming from the street. And despite all of that, this street produces more successful musicians than any other street. Every famous Irish artist played here first. Ed Sheeran came through here, James Bay came through here, Passenger came through here, Lewis Capaldi came through here. Everybody came through this street. It's a wonderful place, and that's a great souvenir to remember. And at least you're not getting something that just says Ireland, Dublin, Trinity, Guinness, Temple Bar, or something along those lines. A mass-produced trinket that was made in a factory somewhere, probably by children. No, that's too far. This, however, was made right here in Poland. If anybody is interested in picking it up, pop on over to us. Wonderful. This next song, as I said, is called The Things I Wish I'd Done. It's my mother's favourite song. Don't know if that's any sort of endorsement, but she's actually very strict, very picky. Thanks very much. Dublin bus into town that I offered up my seat to an old man so he could sit down. He smiled and said they don't make them like they used to, and there's no respect among the youth for the older generation. It's a sad, sad revelation what the world is coming to. So don't go wasting precious time and heed these words of mine. Life goes by in the blink of an eye, and you're older and it's over. Time will fly like a bird in the sky, so be bolder, 'cause your time is much sweeter than honey, more precious than gold. It's worth more than money, so don't wait until you're old. Youth is wasted on the young. Sing the songs I wish I'd sung, do the things I wish I'd done. Well, he told me of his childhood, his triumphs and his failures on the way, of his deep and boundless sorrow at the passing of his dearest wife, Sinead. Then he smiled and said, find someone who makes you laugh and live each moment like your last. Say I love you every night, say I'm sorry when you fight, and leave your anger in the past. And don't go wasting precious time. Heed these words of mine. Life goes by in the blink of an eye, then you're old and it's over. Time will fly like a bird in the sky, so be bolder, 'cause your time is much sweeter than honey, more precious than gold. It's worth more than money, so don't wait until you're old. Youth is wasted on the young. Sing the songs I wish I'd sung, do the things I wish I'd done. Pressed the bell and said farewell, rose up from his seat, and then he said, go and live your life, my lad, I hope that my advice will serve you well. 'Cause life goes by in the blink of an eye, then you're older and it's over. Time will fly like a bird in the sky, so be bolder, 'cause your time is much sweeter than honey, more precious than gold. It's worth more than money, so don't wait until you're old. Youth is wasted on the young. Sing the songs I wish I'd sung, do the things I wish I'd done. Thank you very much. Thank you. First of all, just while I introduce the next song, if anybody who does want to support something today that isn't a big giant corporation, pop on over to Glover and have a look at our music. Like I said before, we decided to trade in the record labels, the agencies, and everybody else for people power. So it's a simple concept. We're going to try and do this ourselves. There actually is a lot of interest in what we're attempting to do. In fact, I'm doing a TED Talk in Austria in June on this subject because we had so much success last year from just busking around in terms of growing. Now, that being said, financial success and visibility are not the same thing. So obviously we are trying to grow and build, and it's important to be able to raise the money to record. There are better ways to make money than getting out onto the streets in the cold and playing for an hour. We could just focus on being a corporate band or a wedding band and give up altogether, but we decided we didn't want to do that. So we hope you'll have a listen to one or two songs and see what you think. And yeah, it's not, like I said, it's not easy. If this is the first time in your life you've ever walked down the street and heard a busker tell you they have had 3 #1 albums and they decided to go back busking after that. I know lots of buskers have had a lot of success later, but they never come back. In our case, we put our egos aside and decided that we would try this. Thank you very much. So we'll see how it goes. It's a hectic time at the moment. It's all original music, of course, and like I said, our brand new album is not on Spotify because Spotify pays about $4 for 100,000 streams, so we're doing things a little bit differently. And again, as I said, the way structures are, record labels will take 80% of what you make, and then they'll take their costs. Management take 20%, publishers take 50%. I'm sure you're doing the math on that now. How you doing? And we are going on tour next year. Thank you. Wonderful. This next song is a song called The Little Things. It's about the little things in life that end up being the most important. And just to tell you a little bit about this song, basically this guy's name here is Glover. My name is Cav. We have been friends since we were 6 years old, and we call each other by those names because we're both Andrew. We used to play on this street at 14, and we went over to Los Angeles when we were 18. We signed a record deal over there. We are a 5-piece band. We met the first 2 guys in LA. We met the final member of the band in Keywest, and then we all went back to LA and started busking on 3rd Street Promenade, and that led to us signing our deal. Since then, we've had 3 #1 albums, a platinum album, 5 #1 singles, and 3 nominations in the Irish Music Awards. Now that's just in Ireland. We have had songs played all over the world on radio. We've had albums chart in different countries around the world. We've had songs in movies and TV shows. And despite those successes, like I said, we were still broke. So we spent 10 years of our life basically making rich people richer, living in hotel rooms and tour buses, all for a few joyous moments on stage or in the studio. And we had to reassess that because we spent most of our time away from family. We were unable to build lasting relationships and have a normal life. So we've traded in any lust for fame and fortune for just performing and telling our stories. So we hope you might consider buying our music from us. And again, very important detail, our brand new album is not on Spotify, like I said. It's got a password printed on it, and that will let you download it from our website to your phone. Those downloads are unlimited, so you can share them with as many people as you like. And more importantly, you become part of our system, which means if we're going to play a show in your city, we'll be able to notify you. You'll only get an email off us if we're playing a show in your city or if a new album gets released. So you'll only hear from us once every couple of years. Because social media is useless for spreading the word unless you have a ton of money. Because you don't go onto people's pages, you only read what's in your feed. And we don't stay in your feed unless we're always in your feed. It's that simple. So you have to spend an awful lot of money. So the best way for us to tell somebody, if we're going to be playing, for example, in Glasgow, we can simply send you an email to say, here's a link to the tickets in Glasgow, here's a discount if you want to come. And that's it. And that's how we make that connection. Wonderful. This next song is called The Little Things. A lot of people have used this song for weddings. Thousands of people have used it, and it's very confusing to us. And last week, somebody put their hand up and they said, I used it for my wedding. And I said, how? Because it's really fast. And they explained that they started off slow, and then everybody joined in for the second verse and came out onto the dance floor and picked up speed. So I was like, great. So I told that story yesterday, right here, and we were about to play the song, and then a bride and groom who had just gotten married around the corner walked in with the photographer, and I said, would you like to dance to this song? And the man said no.
So I said, well, listen, how long are you married? He said, about an hour. I said, well, let me introduce you to the rest of your life. I'm going to ask the boss. And she gets to decide. And she said, we do want to dance. So they did. Wonderful. Can I ask everyone as well just to take a couple of steps towards our red line, because they're very strict. That's about as much space as we're supposed to take up. So if you can come in just a little closer, that would help. I think we'll just go full hair.
Are you with my?
When you're crying, I will understand, and I will always be right here to hold your hand. And when it's darkest, when you're all alone, well, I will be that shining light to guide you home. 'Cause it's the little things, I swear, the way you sing when you dry your hair. It's the little things we share. Oh, the way you hold my hand after all these years. You make me laugh when I'm close to tears. We stay up late drinking cheap red wine, like it's our first date, and we'll just talk all night about the little things. And when you're older, when your bones feel weak, I will sing to you until you fall asleep. And when it's colder, when it gets hard to move, I will dance with you right there in the living room. 'Cause it's the little things you do, the way I laugh when I act a fool. It's the little things you do. The way you hold my hand after all these years. You make me laugh when I'm close to tears. We stay up late drinking cheap red wine, like it's our first date, and we'll just talk all night. I'd say you all my fears, and you just say, well, lay it all right here, we'll be okay. We're so much stronger than all of this. We'll build our lives up brick by brick, up on the little things. Up on the little things. When you're crying, I will understand. I will It's our first date and we'll just talk all night. I tell you all my fears and you just say, well, bring it all, my dear, we'll be okay. We're so much stronger than all of this. We'll build our lives up brick by brick from the little things, from the little things, upon the little things, upon the little things, upon the little things.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Again, we're called Keywest, guys. Thank you so much for stopping to listen to us. This next song is a song called Stop the World. It's about how mad the world has gotten. First of all, if anybody wants to take away the music while I'm introducing the next song, please pop on over to Glover here and he'll be able to help you out while I'm talking. As I said before, the long story short is we're just two members of the band. There are 5 people in Keywest, and when we go on tour, it's the whole band. We don't bring the 5 people onto the street because we can only play for 1 hour. So far we've played 3 songs, we got 20 minutes left. So you can see if with 5 people we lose too much time trying to kind of get ready and get going. So we decided that we were going to learn how to do it on the street as 2 people. We left our record label after completing 3 albums because that was our obligation. We got fed up being ripped off by the industry, and now we're completely independent and essentially people powered. So if you do want to support us, we hope you'll consider taking away our music. It is only 20 for all 3 of the albums, and then the bag is totally free with the 3 albums. That says the best buskers in the world are made on Grafton Street, Ireland, with love, Keywest. And now somebody said to me yesterday, they picked up these 3 things. They came back afterwards and they said, I'm so glad I got that, because everything else that I might pick up in Dublin, a souvenir or whatever it may be, is just a trinket that I get in the shop that was mass produced somewhere purely for profit. At least a few years down the road, when you look back on this, it's something unique that very few people will have, and you'll remember a moment, an experience that you had in Dublin, instead of just going into a shop and buying something that was mass produced in Asia. And so we hope you might consider supporting us on that front. And again, it is only 20 for all 3 of the albums. Every single album has got a password on it, and that lets you download and stream the music from our website to your phone. We use every penny that we get to record or to go on tour. Everything that we do is about growing and building and just putting our music into the world. So we hope you'll have a listen to a couple of songs and see what you think. If you don't have cash, we also have a card machine, and you can pop over to Glover here in between every song. And like I said, we are now a completely independent band. We used to play here a long time ago. We ended up signing a deal in Los Angeles, and since then, like I said, we've had 3 #1 albums, a platinum album, 5 #1 singles, and 3 nominations in the Irish Music Awards. We've had tens of millions of streams. Our songs have been played on radios in every country around the world. Lots of people, they leave here, they go home, they start researching the band, only to realise they've already heard 1 or 2 of the songs. They just didn't know who sang them. Or they Shazam a song in a movie one day and our name comes up and they remember this encounter. So we hope you might just take a leap of faith on us today, because this is my only shot to win you over. I won't get a second chance to give you this spiel, because people never come across us twice on the street, because there are too many things that have to line up. How you doing, bud? This side, wherever you like. Yeah. Thank you very much. Wonderful. Will you check if both machines are working? That way, if the queues, you can help them out. I should also mention, guys, we are booking our tour for next year. It's going to be the biggest tour we've ever had so far. We just came off the back of an 8-week tour, which is pretty much just Scotland, England, Wales and Ireland. Next year we're adding Germany, France, Belgium, the Netherlands. We'll be in Scandinavia as well as all the UK and Ireland dates. And then after that, we're going to focus on trying to get over to the US, Canada and Australia. Obviously, these things are not easy to do when you're an independent band. There's a lot of money that you need first, just to book the venues and to sort everything out and move 7 people around. But if anybody here is from Germany, we have some shows that went up yesterday on our website. They're not even announced yet. We just put them up because we're going to be out busking this weekend, and there is lots of visitors, of course. So there's the opportunity to get a few people on board. So if you're from any cities in Germany, go onto our website and check it out. We have some tickets on sale there, or Amsterdam. We've got some tickets on sale for Amsterdam as well. How you doing? So much. Thank you. Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. This next song is called "Stop the World." I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, enough time will do that. Thank you. Thanks, mate.
Are you getting requests today?
We got some requests? Okay, go and
lot.
fire them over. Hang on, before we do the song, we might just give somebody on social media a song.
Ordinary Superhero. He said if you play this song, he's gonna buy the CDs online.
That's fair enough, isn't it? Ordinary Superhero. He said somebody on which platform?
TikTok.
Somebody on TikTok said if we play this song, they'll buy the CDs online. Which is much more expensive than on the street here, by the way, just so you know. This song is called Ordinary Superhero. This is a request that we just had. I wrote this, I've got two aunties, my two twin aunties. I've actually got 7 aunts and they're very close to me. They're like sisters. And I watched them raise their children as single mothers and they did an incredible job. And as I got older, I realized how very, very difficult it is to be a single parent. And because I find living very hard and I just have me. So I can only imagine what trying to make sure, you know, your sons and daughters get to school every day and all of the things, paying the bills, everything that goes into it. It's just so much bigger than everything I've ever had to deal with. And this song was released just before COVID. It actually raised 5 million for PPE and things like that when it was released in conjunction with another agency. Whatever your feelings about COVID are, at that point in time, everybody who was going to work in the hospitals didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know what was coming up. There was a lot of fear. There was a lot of uncertainty. So regardless of, like I said, what your feelings are, they still had to, you know, get in there and make that step. So that's what this song was dedicated to, and it raised millions actually, which is amazing. It's called Ordinary Superhero. I hope you enjoy it.
It's for
And
Say his name, Matt Music.
and it's for what?
Matt Music.
Matt? For Matt. Can I ask everyone as well just to step a little closer, because we get in trouble if we take up too much space. We need to make sure this looks as small as possible. So if you can just come into where the red line is, or close to. Thank you. You lie up in the dead of the night, so fed up, too exhausted to cry. You know dawn is just hours away, and then the fight starts all over again. The bank is on the phone, they're trying to take away the house you made your home, where all your children play. There's no time for love until the bills are paid. You must be strong enough to carry the weight. Oh, I know you're scared, but you act like you're brave. You're just an everyday, ordinary superhero. Life isn't fair and there's no one to blame. You're just an everyday, ordinary superhero. All the pain that you needed to feel, it made you who you are, made of steel. You lie there all alone, thinking of yesterday. Things you said and done always seem to ricochet. The rising sun brings you a brand new day, a brand new way to show this world you made it. And I know you're scared, but you act like you're brave. You're just an everyday, ordinary superhero. Life isn't fair and there's no one to blame. You're just an everyday, ordinary superhero. You're just a superhero. Everyday superhero. You're just a superhero, everyday superhero. I know you're scared, but you act like you're brave. You're
just an everyday, ordinary superhero. Life isn't fair and there's no one to blame. You're just an everyday, ordinary superhero. I know you're scared, but you act like you're brave. You're just an everyday, ordinary superhero. Life isn't fair and there's no one to blame. You're just an everyday, ordinary superhero. You're just a superhero. An everyday superhero. You're just a superhero. An everyday superhero.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Again, we're called Keywest, guys. We're going to play a song now called Stop the World. This is one of my favorite songs. It's about how mental the world has gotten. In my opinion, one of the worst things to happen to us, even though we have to use it, even though we all have it, is social media. Social media has changed an awful lot about the world, and I'm not sure it's all good. So we're going to play this song for you now. For those of you who just arrived along, basically, we are just two members of a band called Keywest. We've had 3 number 1 albums in Ireland. In fact, our debut album outsold Ed Sheeran's second album. We released it the same week that he did, and this was the only country in the world Ed Sheeran didn't go number 1 on that second album. And that was because we were busking on the streets outside of a music shop and asking people to go in and buy the CDs. And in 2015, people still use CDs. So over the years, we've had 3 number 1 albums, as I said, a lot of success. And despite all of those successes, we were still broke. We realized that the way things work with record labels was never going to work for us. A record label takes 80%. And they take it first, and then they take back their costs. So to explain that, if you make $1 million, they take 800,000. They've made 800,000 profit. If they spent 300,000 making your album and promoting it, you still owe them 100,000, despite the fact that they made 800,000. And that's how it's structured, and that's how it works. And that doesn't include your management, and that doesn't include your publishing, and that doesn't include anything else that goes along the way. And that is the reason why almost all new artists are solo artists and not bands. In the last 5 years or so, the only bands that existed were ones that existed before CDs went out of fashion. There's a couple of bands breaking through, but very few. It's very, very hard for them to survive long enough to kind of establish themselves as a brand. So we decided to pack in the labels, pack in everything. It wasn't easy to do, by the way. It took 10 years of legal fighting and completion of our 3 albums and all that sort of stuff before we could get out onto the street and try and do something we thought we should have done a long time ago, which is build a fan base by playing on the streets and just building it the old-fashioned way, one person at a time. So we hope you'll have a listen, maybe consider picking up our music. A lot of people, they go home, they start following us later. We have a lot of social media following on these 3 different platforms right now, and a lot of people, they end up following us, and kind of we get a lot of people messaging and expressing regret at not taking the music with them because they realize that we'll never cross each other like this again. It sounds like you will, but we won't, because you'd have to be in this city on the same day that we come out with no rain for 1 hour that we happen to be there at some point in the future, and that's even if we're in Ireland, because we do a lot of touring and we play a lot of festivals. So we get one chance to win you over, and we hope you might consider, instead of today getting 3 large coffees in Starbucks for 20 or 2 Guinness in Temple Bar for €45, you might pick up 3 albums and a souvenir bag, all for 20. That's a pretty good deal, I think. And every single one of our CDs has got a password on it to let you download it from our website to your phone. You can stream it as well using that password. It's unlimited, it's yours forever, and we hope you see the value in that. 3 albums and a bag for 20 in a city where it is literally €20 for 3 large coffee. It is literally €22 for 2 Heinekens in Temple Bar. Any bar around this area, and you're going to spend €19 on two pints. They're gone in a second. These will be with you forever. And instead of getting a normal souvenir that you might get in a shop that just says Ireland on it, which you may never look back at, 10 years down the road, you might remember your trip here to Ireland, and you might say, you remember this experience, instead of just going into a shop and getting something that was made in some country. This at least says the best buskers in the world are made on Grafton Street, Ireland, with love, Keywest. This is called Stop the World. It's a new song. It's about how mental the world has gotten. And I hope you enjoy it.
Is it just me, or does it seem like the whole world's gone crazy? Is free speech hate speech, or can we agree to disagree? Overnight price hikes, people will do anything for their likes. The world's on fire and we still debate climate change. So stop the world and drop me off somewhere kids don't die in schools and the rich don't own the news. Oh, stop the world and clock me out. We sold our souls for narcissism to become slaves to an algorithm. Telling jokes is how I cope with being broke and getting older. Drinking beer to drown my fears, to take the weight of the world off my shoulders. See the rich getting richer when the poor divide. Black and white, left and right, keeps the main issues out of sight and out of mind. So stop the world and drop me off somewhere kids don't die in schools and the rich don't own the news. Oh, stop the world and clock me out. We sold our souls for narcissism to become slaves to an algorithm. And I have never been a man of faith, but lately I've been praying. Maybe I just haven't got the brains to hear what these folks are saying. Self-diagnosed society, everyone's got ADHD. It's a symptom of technology. So stop the world and drop me off somewhere kids don't die in schools and the world's not run by fools. So stop the world and clock me out. We sold our souls for pennies on the dollar and the devil stood amused because the currency he used was views. We'll do anything for views.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Again, we're called Keywest, guys. First off, summary of us. We're just two members of the band. We've had 3 #1 albums in the official charts in Ireland, a platinum album, and 5 #1 singles, as well as our music gets played all over the world on radio stations. We've had albums go into the top 10 all over the world. We've had successful sold-out shows. We've been on tours with Bastille, Bryan Adams, 30 Seconds to Mars. We've played the main stage at most festivals, and our songs are also in movies and TV shows, as well as tens of millions of streams. All of that sounds great. But we were broke and we had no life. We spent 90% of our lives in tour buses and hotel rooms, all for a few joyous moments on stage or in studios. And eventually we said, we can't go on like this. We were depressed. Our music was affected dramatically because of the influence of record labels. There was so much influence from people who went to business school on how the song should be written. And after a while, some of our music was getting diluted. So the song you just heard, for example, that's just ours, that's us. This next one is just us as well. This is called The Things I Wish I'd Done. Thank you very much, thank you. So he made the decision to come back to the street. And when I first asked him, because we used to play on the street, when I first asked Glover, this is Glover, my name is Cav, we're both Andrew, so we call each other by our surnames. We've been friends since we were 6. And we came out of rehearsals, we were getting ready to go on tour. And I said to him, I think we should go back busking on the street. And he said, oh. And it wasn't that we don't enjoy this, it was the idea of all the people in Ireland who had seen us go from obscurity to success, to selling out the bigger venues around the city, to going on tour, to being on TV and the radio stations, to seeing their faces when they see us back on the street and thinking in our heads, they're going to be thinking, ah, so you didn't make it, boys, and you're back on the street. And I said to him, what do you hate less? That ego hit, or living your life on the road, making rich people richer for no benefit of our own? And he said, well, yeah, when you put it like that. And it was the best decision we made. Last year was the first year we came back to put in this kind of effort. We've just come back off an 8-week tour around the UK, totally sold out, and we're in the process of booking our next tour next year, which is even larger. We are completely independent, so that means we are reliant on selling our music to people on the streets, and that is not easy. In 2015, when we used to do this, people used CDs, so we used to sell them by the bucket load, and the record label made all the money. But now, we have to convince people to take away something they don't use anymore. So what we've done is, our new album is not on Spotify. Now there's a reason for that. Spotify pays about $4 for 100,000 streams. So there's just not any money in it. So we decided that we would try and put some value back into it. Our new album is called Anything But Normal, because you can probably tell by us we're fed up with normal. Behind the CD, there's a password, and that password will let you download and stream the music from our website to your phone. It's completely unlimited, so it'll work forever, and you can share it with your friends and family. More importantly, you become part of our system, which means this, if we're going to be playing a show in your city, we can notify you. The only time you'll ever hear from us is new album or show in your city. You'll get an email once every 2 years or something off us to let you know. Otherwise, you might meet us today, we might be playing in your town, and you wouldn't even know. Social media is not that effective unless every couple of weeks you're going onto our page to see what we're still doing, and that's not how life works. So the best way for us to be able to notify people, so we're just cutting out all the middlemen, building a direct connection with people, and hoping that you'll be a part of that. And the only way to be a part of that is to be a part of it. And we hope you'll take the leap of faith today and take our music with you. We're trying to give you as much value as we can. It is only 20 for all 3 of the albums together with the passwords to download and stream them. The bag is totally free with the 3 albums. That says the best buskers in the world are made on Grafton Street, Ireland, with love, Keywest. It's got Irish writing, it's in green, it's got a shamrock. There's lots of reasons why that's a nice thing to take away. It's a tote bag. If you go into any store here and get a bag that just says Dublin like that, it'll cost you about €10 anyway. But that's totally free. And it's unique. And what is unique anymore? Nothing's unique anymore. So we hope you might take them away and be a part of what we're doing. So this next song, as I said, is called The Things I Wish I'd Done. So while Glover's doing that, I'll explain this song. When I was 15 years old, I worked in Clark's shoe shop on this street. I was off school. I was off school because it was a midterm. I came in to work. I was on the bus, and there was an old man standing. So I gave him my seat, and he started talking to me. And I forgot about that for about 17 years, something like that. And a few weeks ago, we were in a bar, and I saw a very young kid give up his seat to an old man, and it just came flooding back to me. And I told him the story, and he said, that's a great story, we should try and put that into a song. So we did. It's called The Things I Wish I'd Done, and it's about that conversation I had with that old man on the bus a long time ago. And I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, after this song, maybe you might take a leap of faith and take our music with you. Last thing I'll say, my dad used to say it's better to regret something you did than something you didn't do. If you go home and you have something that just says Ireland on it, remember, it was probably made in Asia, in a factory, maybe by children. I'm not saying it was, but maybe. And it will mean nothing to you because you just got it in a shop. However, this is a souvenir that if you look back on, you'll remember not only being here, you'll remember the experience, this connection we had with you. And maybe you'll be coming to shows. And we think that's a little bit more valuable. Thanks so much again for your time. This is called The Things I Wish I'd Done. I cued that like there was about to be some music. I thought he was ready.
You gonna go straight?
Ding, 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 ding. What?
You gonna keep going, sir?
You're gonna have to shout at me.
You gonna keep playing?
Yeah.
What about you keep going as well with the lights?
Can I ask everybody to come in closer to us, if that's okay? We're not allowed to block the area.
I mean, you can keep going. Like there's a lot of people watching.
All right. This is called The Things I Wish I'd Done.
an old man so he could sit down. He smiled and said, they don't make them like they used to. And there's no respect among the youth for the older generation. It's a sad, sad revelation what the world is coming to. So don't go wasting precious time, and heed these words of mine. Life goes by in the blink of an eye, then you're older and it's over. Time will fly like a bird in the sky, so be bolder, 'cause your time is much sweeter than honey, more precious than gold. It's worth more than money, so don't wait until you're old. Youth is wasted on the young. Sing the songs I wish I'd sung, do the things I wish I'd done. Sorry, I had a hiccup. He told me of his childhood, his triumphs and his failures on the way, of his deep and boundless sorrow at the passing of his dearest wife, Sinead. Then he smiled and said, find someone who makes you laugh and live each moment like your last. Say I love you every night, say I'm sorry when you fight, and leave your anger in the past. And don't go wasting precious time. Heed these words of mine. Life goes by in the blink of an eye, then you're older and it's over. Time will fly like a bird in the sky, so be bold, 'cause your time is much sweeter than honey, more precious than gold. It's worth more than money, so don't wait until you're old. Youth is wasted on the young. Sing the songs I wish I'd sung, do the things I wish I'd done. He said farewell and pressed the bell, rose up from his seat, and then he said, go and live your life, my lad, I hope that my advice will serve you well. Life goes by in the blink of an eye, and you're older and it's over. Time will fly like a bird in the sky, so be bolder, 'cause your time is much sweeter than honey, more precious than gold. It's worth more than money, so don't wait until you're old. Youth is wasted on the young. Sing the songs I wish I'd sung, do the things I wish I'd done. Thank you so much. Thank you. Again, we're called Keywest. Thank you so much for listening to us. If anybody wants to take away the music, guys, please pop over to Glover here while I'm introducing the song. Thank you. Basically, this next one is called Parachute, and this has a story behind it. Before I tell the story, of course, just to very quickly summarise, we're two members of the band. We've had 3 #1 albums in Ireland. We've had a platinum album, and last year we got out of our record company deal finally after a long time, and we're now completely independent. We're building our fan base on the ground all over the place by performing in cities, so we hope you might consider supporting us. It is only 20 for all 3 of our albums. If you want to do that, they come together. They all have passwords on them so that you can download the music onto your phone, and any device that you have it'll download onto, and it'll work forever, and you'll always be able to download it every time you change your phone. You can share it with your friends and your family. Every single one of our albums has that, but it's not on Spotify. It'll never be on Spotify. In fact, next week we're taking down an old album off Spotify because we just got the rights back to it after a lot of legal battles, because we're fed up being ripped off. 80% of what comes in goes to record labels, and they take it first, and then they take their costs. So if you make $1 million, they take 800,000, and if they spend 300,000, that's when they take that back. So you still owe them 100,000. That's how it works. So despite having a platinum album and a #1 album with our first album, we went into our second album still owing a fortune. Now, I won't start naming names, but there's a ton of Irish bands that no longer exist, that at one point had #1 albums, at one point were selling out shows in theatres like the Olympia Theatre and places like that around, and they're gone. And the reason for that is because they were in a bad deal and they couldn't survive, and so they had to give it up. So we just decided that we would try and build our fan base on the streets.
So this song is a song called Parachute, and there is a bit of a story behind this. A long time ago, when we used to play on the street, we were busking all over. There's a shop at the bottom of the street called Swarovski, and there was a girl working in the store, and I liked her, and I never had the courage to really talk to her. And I wrote some songs about her back then that sort of said like, "We'll never be together. Oh, my heart is broken. I love you from afar." That sort of stuff. And a couple of years ago, we were on a flight to Dubai. Well, a few years now. It was just before COVID, and it turns out she became an air hostess for one of those airlines. And we got talking. We're now engaged, and she, up until a few weeks ago, was working right in here in this store, and she literally moved. Thank you, to Brown Thomas at the bottom of the street because she was fed up with me telling stories about her and people going in to look at her. I'd tell stories and people would be like, "What shop is he talking about?" And they would go in and walk around and see if they could spot who I was talking about. So she literally moved to Brown Thomas because that shop's too big to go in and find. So she's blending in. It's called Parachute, and the idea behind this song is she basically had a bad day where she realised some of her friends weren't very good friends. And we all go through that at some point. We've all experienced that. And that's what this is about. So this is yeah, I speak Italian in case you're wondering. That's ciao. That's what I know, man of many talents. Don't ask me to say anything else. I'm busy. So this is about just kind of being there for somebody. So the idea of this is, listen, no matter what happens to you in your life, I will always be there to catch you. I'll always be there to be your parachute. And I hope you enjoy it. We'll do this now in just a moment. And can I ask everyone as well, just to help us reset this circle, if you can just come in a little bit closer to the red line here, that would be very helpful. How you doing? All right, this song is called Parachute.
Some people don't wanna see you touch the stars. Some people, they wanna keep you where you are. These people, don't you let them bring you down, down, down. Some friends only call you when they need you for something. Some friends will take everything and leave you with nothing. So who needs enemies when you got friends like these around, round, round? And if you ever feeling down, remember that it's alright, it's okay. Yesterday was yesterday. Let me wipe those tears away. I will help you find your way when you're upside down, inside out. I'll never let you hit the ground when you're falling in. There's nothing you can do. I'll be your parachute. I'll be your parachute. Someday you will feel like your whole world is ending. Someday you will feel like you're just done pretending that you're okay with all the pain and rage inside you. Don't be afraid, don't let the blame build up and blind you. And if you ever feel in doubt, remember that it's alright, it's okay. Cause yesterday was yesterday. Let me wipe those tears away. I will help you find your way when you're upside down, inside out. I'll never let you hit the ground when you're falling and there's nothing you can do. I'll be your parachute. I'll be your parachute. from hell. But don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't let them get inside your head. Let me talk you down from the ledge. Don't be so hard on yourself. And remember that it's alright, it's okay. Yesterday was yesterday. Let me wipe those tears away. I will help you find your way when you're upside down, inside out. I'll never let you hit the ground when you're falling and there's nothing you can do. I'll be your parachute. 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 I'll be your parachute.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Again, we're called Keywest. Thank you so very much for stopping to listen to us. We are getting near the end of our performance today, guys. If anybody's interested in taking away the music, in between each song is the opportunity to do so. If you just want to hang out and listen, feel free. Don't have any obligation. But if you do want to support us and perhaps take away something to remember, our music is the best thing, of course, because this is the only place you can get it. If you don't have a CD player, every single one of these CDs has a password on them to let you download and stream it from our website to your phone. It's unlimited, so it will work on every device and you can share it with your friends and family. But it's never going to be available on any streaming services because we don't care about fame and fortune. We only care about sustainability, and that means we need to be able to raise enough money to book tours. We need to be able to raise enough money to record music, and $4 for 100,000 streams is not going to cut it. So we're building a small, insulated community of people who like what we do and going on tour to the cities where those people live and making that connection. And it's wonderful. We spent 8 weeks on tour there throughout February and a little bit of January. We were in Scotland, we were in England and in Wales, all over. And we just got back a couple of weeks ago, and now this is kind of our second day out performing on the streets, and we hope you enjoy it. So have a listen to a couple of songs, see what you think. This next song is called The Little Things. It's about the little things in life that end up being the most important. It's on this album right here, and it actually gets used for weddings quite a lot. I told this story yesterday, and believe it or not, no word of a lie, we'll have the video for proof soon. While I told the story, literally a bride and groom who had just gotten married around the corner came through the crowd, and I asked them if they wanted to dance to the song, and the groom said no. So I said, how long are you married now? He said, about an hour. I said, cool, I'm about to introduce you to the rest of your life. So I asked the boss, I said, what do you want to do? And she said, I want to dance. And I went, there you go, that's how the rest of your life is about to look. Just do what you're told. So they came out, they danced, it was lovely, beautiful, we caught it on video, and this is the song. Now this song is fast, but it does get used for weddings all the time. We don't know why, because it's so fast. But thank you. We had somebody tell us last week. I told this story, and they put their hand up and they said, I used this song for my wedding. And I said, can I ask you, how did you use this? Because it's so fast. And she said, they got the singer to sing it slowly, like breakdown, and then they went back to the normal version by the second verse, and loads of people joined them on the dance floor. So actually, in that capacity, it's a really good wedding song, and that's why so many people have used it. So I hope you enjoy it. We're going to play the fast version. Okay, I think we're okay. Wonderful. And I hope you enjoy it. Do you? Will you get that? Oh. Right, you're fired, you're hired, switch seats. Let's go.
guide you home. 'Cause it's the little things, I swear. The way you sing when you dry your hair. It's the little things we share. Oh, the way you hold my hand after all these years. You make me laugh when I'm close to tears. We stay up late drinking cheap red wine. Like it's our first date, we'll just talk all night about the little things. When you're older, when your bones feel weak, I will sing to you until you fall asleep. And when it's colder, when it gets hard to move, I will dance with you right there in the living room. 'Cause it's the little things you do, the way you laugh when I act the fool. It's the little things you do. The way you hold my hand after all these years. You make me laugh when I'm close to tears. We stay up late drinking cheap red wine. Like it's our first date, we'll just talk all night. I tell you all my fears, and you just say, well, play it off my ear. We'll be okay. We're so much stronger than all of this. I build our lives up, break by break, from little things. Up on the little things. When you're crying, I will understand. I will always be right here to hold your hand. 'Cause it's the little things I've seen. You're so much kinder than I'll ever be. It's the little things for me. Oh, the way you hold my hand after all these years. You make me laugh when I'm close to tears. We stay up late drinking cheap red wine. Like it's our first date, we'll just talk all night. I tell you all my fears, and you just say, well, play it all by ear. We'll be okay. We're so much stronger than all of this. We'll build our lives up brick by brick from the little things. Up on the little things. On the little things. Up on the little things.
Thank you very much. Thank you. For those of you who've just arrived along, we're called Keywest, guys. We're two members of a five-piece band. We've had 3 number 1 albums here in Ireland and a platinum album.